Oops, that's not what I want. Well, I'm sure it'll pop up. I'll fix that stuff later. We're just going to be waiting for people to hop in, but yeah, it's not looking too good for my guy now.
No.
Oh, there it goes. All notifications popped up. All right, let's see if it pops up in here. There it goes. But yeah, it's not looking good for Sam Bankman. But what I think is happening is that he is he's starting to realize the weight of the situation. Like there's no way out of it now. It's like you just got to accept your fate.
There's no good lawyer that he could hire to get him really out of this. It's like,
No, there really isn't. There really isn't. Like it's just unfortunately everyone's screwed on FTX. There's just no way that they're going. There's no way that any customer is going to get their money back. The institutions are going to get their money back, not the customers.
facts.
So if you had anything in that account, in that custodial wallet, it's a goner. It's a goner. Well, as people get trickling in here, we're going to get this started. Welcome in, folks. Another episode of Simply Investing. We're here to talk about XRP and all the wonderful things that have been happening with it. We will be doing our crypto morning chat every morning going forward now. So we're kind of getting back in the swing of things. So it'll
You
be a
know, a
little
lot of
this time. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, Cody, but I
oh,
want to
you're
get
good. A lot of XRP haters should be quiet right now, honestly,
yeah.
because I remember in July,
Crickets.
when that case was, well, we thought it was over with. They said, "Oh, it's going to get appealed," and then recently the appeal was rejected. So I mean, what is there to do with it now? There's nothing you can do to stop it. So it's
No.
like XRP haters, they're in shambles, man.
Yep, they're in quite a bit of shambles here. Um, but getting back to it, we're gonna do crypto morning news every morning now at 7 a.m. Um, 7 a.m. Was it Central Time? Sorry, I'm a little tired here. Come to the end of the day of running multiple businesses. I just see you guys in there, so shout out to iCare. Welcome back in here. Looks like you're hoping for XRP to plummet. Could we don't know. We're probably going to go down with this next dip, but we're also going to do what's in your portfolio is going to come back this coming Sunday. I'm going to go over my overwhelming losses of what was it, $250,000 down dip on my crypto portfolio. If you take out my DCAing in, so everything kind of went down quite a bit over the last 3 months for me. But fear not, I'm still hustling on my moving company, even though we're also going to go over economy shifts as to how am I adapting the business to meet the new economy that's crashing into us and dealing with the changes in trucking industry and all the other things that are going on. So it's going to be fun this Sunday. So stay tuned. That's going to be at 9 a.m. Central Time. I'll definitely alert. And the video about TommyNet, which is a good crypto, I'm going to bring that out in a little bit. Shout out to 710. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been running two businesses. I had to set up, finish working on my construction company, and we were getting that set up because we were trying to get some government jobs for that. So shout out to my business partners on that. We've been really working together hard to make that happen. And then building the logistics company and investing in a furniture store chain, small local guy out in Missouri that I've been investing in, and then also potentially buying a moving company out in California. We'll see. I'm looking up California regulations later tonight to see if that's going to be an actual worthwhile deal. But I'm a little skeptical when you make a lot of revenue, but you're selling the business for 1/3 of the revenue. So I'm a little confused. Beware. Got to be wary about that stuff. But anyway, we're here to talk about XRP. So love all the support and everything. I did see. Shout out to Damu. We'll talk a little bit about XDC in a little bit because it kind of goes together with XRP. It always runs the same. But we're going to talk about XRP. Cody and I have been longtime holders of it. I got about 23% of my portfolio of my crypto in XRP. So I'm definitely got a big bet on it. So I know some of you guys have quite a bit.
Oh yeah. I have a lot more Ethereum right now, but I'm gonna get some XRP eventually.
Yep. And like I said, I haven't even bought anything. I'm still thinking about buying quant, a little bit more quant, a little bit more link, but I haven't really bought anything crypto wise in the last like 30 or 40 days. So I just kind of been waiting and seeing. Shout out to iCare. Everyone's trying to move out of Cali. That is true, but I'm also buying this business for port access too because they have a port pickup license, which is very valuable for logistics. So that's what we're hoping to try to do. But there's also a lot of regulations, diesel fuel permits, as well as by 2035 there'll be no more diesel trucks in California. So I don't know what we're going to do because I do have on my logistics side a lot of trucks that run pecans and avocados across country, and you can't haul 65,000 pounds without with an electric motor right now. It's got to be diesel, especially going through those mountains. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. We'll have to see. I'm all for hydrogen power, but anyway, the main point here we're going to get right to it is XRP. The judge shot down the appeal case, so it is now officially a commodity.
It's in the
So
clear. It's a commodity.
it's
Yeah.
in the clear. It's 100% in the clear.
But you
So
know, Ethereum still has that question mark on it, though.
it does, but I don't think it's going to affect it right now because I think the case on XRP kind of sets the uh, the trend for everything else. Shout out to Luke. What do you trade? Really don't trade. Cody and I just buy and hold. Really, I'll go over quickly what I'm holding in both my crypto and stocks, so you guys get an idea. I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Dot, Quant, AdShare, Link, and Litecoin. And I recently sold my Dot. It's all gone. I destaked it. It's sold. It's
Why'd you
all
sell
gone.
it?
I sold Atom because I see Dot and Link having more of a potential in
You
that.
said you sold Dot. You accidentally said you sold Dot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't sell Dot. I sold Atom because I believe Dot and Chainlink have way more of a potential for gains and
I agree.
seem like they're going to be a longer lasting project than Atom. That's it. I'm not saying Atom is bad. That's just what I'm thinking. As far as stocks, most of my stocks are dividend with the exception of one. So I have Bank of America getting killed on Bank of America. NLY, it's it's a private lending securities platform. Same thing with ORC, Microsoft, Apple, AT&T, BlackRock, Healthcare Association, Coinbase, and Walmart. And then I also have Porch Moving Group, which we're also aiming to get like a huge chunk in that because it's right now at like under 80 cents a share, and they just bought up 13 brokerage firms in the moving industry. So I'm ready to get banging on them. But yeah, I hope that answers for you, Luke. Shout out to you. That's a good portfolio. What's your capital sitting at? If you don't mind asking, I'm not sure if you're talking about my free cash I have on the sidelines or overall, but I will tell you this right now, as of this past Sunday, when I took a reading on all the prices, our crypto portfolio is 1.2 million, down 250,000 from the last time I did it in August, and that was at the beginning of August. And my stocks is just kind of hovering at 1.7. Although a lot of the stocks I've had for years, over the 20 years I've been since I was 18. I'm going to be 40 in about 4 weeks, so it's I've been grinding a lot of that out from companies I've worked for and with stock buyings and things like that. I have a little bit invested in private equity because I'm listed as an accredited investor on Link2, as well as total cash. I don't have a lot of cash reserved. I got maybe a couple 100,000 that I've paid myself from my businesses that I'm just sitting waiting to invest in crypto. Everything else, I'm buying real estate right now because I'm seeing some good deals. I'm trying to get in. Shout out to Oxymoron. Great to have you in. Really love the support. Flying them avocados and nuts is not cost effective. Just wondering. Really rock on, you guys. Well, thank you, guy. Thank you there, buddy. And shout out to Alan Bagel. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, either way you do it with avocados, you get paid a lot to run those because they perish quickly. Like, especially in the heat, the trucks have to be refrigerated. There's a lot of cost involved. You could fly it, but that's about the same as cost, if not more, because jet fuel costs more than diesel fuel. And right now, diesel fuel is a 40% bio mixture on some places you can go. So it's cost effective, but if we're going to New York, it's got to be run in 3 days, no more than 3 days. That driver has to get there, and it's almost impossible within regulations now. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. I did see some of you guys talking about. We'll talk about XDC, HBAR, and XLM in just a minute. We'll also shout out to Scott Stan. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. But really excited about XRP because XRP is finally released, and this bull run is going to be phenomenal. But however, I'm in of the opinion I pushed back my bull run expectation. Instead of a year and a half, like I was saying 6 months ago, I'm thinking more like 2 years now because I thought we hit the bottom of the recession, but I think we're going to hit the true bottom of the recession. So
It
I don't
takes
know.
time.
Cody. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Cody.
Oh, you're good. No, all I was trying to say was economic like events and like directions. It takes time to actually show in real time. So like all the stuff that's happened in 2022 and 2021, we're just now about to see like the ugly like in the next 6 to 9 months.
Yep. Oops, I got rid of the chat. Oh well.
That's pretty much what he's saying. Like
Mm-hmm.
things take time to actually show, and all the ugly that's been happening, it's going to show.
Absolutely. It's usually lags about 6 months behind. You got to keep in mind this month is going to be is kind of crucial because student loan debt is now due plus all the interest from the deferment. People are adjusting to where they're living. They're moving to where the jobs are. Jobs are saying, "Hey, get your butt back to the office." So it's going to be crazy to see where we're going. So shout out to Luke. Wow, that's impressive. I turned 19, been trading for 3 years. I just passed my first six-figure month. Hey, good for you. That's a pretty hard feat as well. The hardest part though is once you get there is trying to hold on to your wealth because it's like for a while there, it's going to feel like you're trying to catch water in the palm of your hands. You just got to remember it takes time to hammer out your bucket. Shout out to Savage Lee. I feel bad for the XRP army. You're going to have to elaborate on that.
People
And
have been saying that forever. Like
yeah,
it was the appeal's not happening. Like I don't know what there is to say.
yeah, it is but overall, anyone in crypto wants a positive win for the XRP suit. It helps everybody. Shout out to the moon. In April, Bitcoin halves correct. Yes, it does.
Yes.
And usually we see a bull run about 6 months after that, somewhere around there. But I think the crypto market's going to run with the economy this time, and we're going to have to see how it goes. Shout out to Savage Lee. 28% of all XRP is held by one guy, not related to the the escrow, and escrow eliminated to finish dumping in 2047. Shout out to LJ, dude. I haven't seen you in a month. Thanks for your support. Savage, hey, we're all welcome to our opinions. Like I said, that's what you're describing is really typical of any stock market IPO. It just takes a while for all the shares to really get out there, and then they just slowly buy them back. So I'm not really too worried about. There's a lot of value in it. Like I said, I think it's more of the lifeline of crypto. It's going to be used to exchange things back and forth. So I have a great experience with Stacks, and they have a payment platform based on using blockchain as a registry for transactions, and it works wonders. It's just not as fast. And now I can only imagine what changing over to XRP instead of Stacks would just be phenomenal. But shout out to Savage, yeah. But why did they release a bug on their own network to hide one person? I don't think they released it. I'm a little familiar with writing code, and a lot of other people write code. It's uh, it's just kind of one of those things. Like you don't really see it, you don't know. But I don't think it's doesn't bother me too much. But like I said, I can the money I have in XRP to invest. If it does go to zero, which any investment, no matter what category you go into, goes to zero, I don't mind. It it won't affect me in the long scheme of things.
Yeah, especially me because I just turned 23 recently. So I mean, I'm young enough to where if my crypto somehow goes to zero, I can just recover.
Yeah, so if you're young or if you got enough money in there that you don't care about, I don't think it shouldn't affect you whether it goes up or whether it goes down. But we do appreciate your thoughts on the matter because hey, it takes both sides to have an argument. So I'm not not opposed to that. Shout out to user 0095. Are you familiar with politics in Mexico? I am not. I'm not really big on politics. I barely even follow the ones in the U.S. because I really don't care who sits in that.
Oh, I don't get it either.
But let me just get on. Cody, do you have any other thoughts about XRP? We're gonna head off into I guess XDC, HBAR, and XLM.
XRP, knowing that you can't appeal to what Judge Torres did, I mean, that's just like, that sets it in stone. I want to buy more XRP just because of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know it's good for overall for crypto. So XLM is going to get a boost from it. XDC will always seems to tag along with XRP, and HBAR kind of is doing the same thing. They're going to be right along with XRP, especially with the um with the ruling, and it kind of meets a similar criteria. So we'll have to see. Shout to Savage. Watch will be taken to Supreme Courts in 6 more years. In court, mark my words. Well, we'll have to see because we also have to wait to see if Gensler gets swapped out of being the head of the SEC.
Statute of limitations, so you got to
Direction.
keep that in mind as well.
And they might just give up because it'd be hard because if it goes to the Supreme Court, it's got to go through a lot of levels to get there. Oh, sorry about that. I just got a spam call. Um, so I still am pretty bullish on XRP, but that's just my personal opinion. I have money that I can bet, basically make a bet on XRP. I also have money in Ripple, so there's a lot of like Ripple is making a lot of money from the reports we get. So I could tell you right now, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think people do care about the SEC enough, Savage. But right now, it's going to happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen before or right after the election. Let's see here. I just want to get back to it. Shout out to Brother D. Regulations will fix that as well. Yeah, eventually they'll regulations will eventually catch up. Shout out to Lex Diamond. Think BTC will go back to 20K. Uh, Possibly. I'm thinking there's one big dip that's going to happen, and we're probably getting around between 20 and 25, some of that range. Maybe 18K, but that's just my thoughts. I know there's a couple people out there calling for like 10,000 Bitcoin, 13,000, 8,000, 3,000.
Oh,
So
under
there's a lot of
10,000, that's degenerate. I think that's degenerate.
yeah. Um, what's this? How do you? I should shout out to Kingling. How do you invest in Ripple besides XRP? Well, you have to be a accredited investor to be able to go either through a funding source or through Link to directly get Class C shares of Ripple. So trying to catch up, but we want to talk a little bit about H bar because I know H bar set the prime off for this next bull run too, and it's at a nice price to where even if it just gets back to like 40 plus cents, you will make a good buck on it. But I don't think it's going to be as good as XRP, but it's there, it's a competitor, and I it doesn't quite match the speed. I don't know. What do you think, Cody? It's like me, it's a side bet
Of what? XLM and XRP?
or H bar and XLM.
H bar is pretty good. I just think like you have sorry about that. You have Polkadot with like ambitions of hitting a million plus transactions per second, which it eventually will because they released the new parachains and validator roadmap, and it's H bar is up there too with it. But yeah, XLM, it's pretty good, but I don't see it as like a heavy future competitor as XRP and something like Polkadot or like H bar.
Yeah. Uh, Boy, I can't pronounce that. But shout out to you, buddy. Link is better. I do believe Chainlink is a good option to have. I have 15% of my portfolio invested in Chainlink, so I'm definitely heavy Chainlink. I know a lot of people are starting to switch over to it. Shout out to Damu. I think H bar will hit minimum $1.89. I think that might be pushing it, but you never know because it all depends on investor sentiment. I think H bar will probably hit about 75 cents for the bull run, which
I,
would be pretty good.
I honestly think Chainlink will hit an all-time high of $85 to $150 next bull run. 85 to 150. That is my bet on Chainlink for next bull run. Because because here's my thing for Ethereum as well. Is like ETH is at a $200 billion market cap right now. I believe that if crypto truly does go to a $12 trillion market cap, like JP Morgan says it does, then that means ETH is going to be worth 20% of that. That means $2 trillion. That's even less than 20% of that,
Mhm.
but that's capable of happening if the market's worth 12 trillion. So that means ETH could hit 17,000 because that's a 10x from here.
Oh yeah.
17,000.
Oh yeah. And then that's a very good possibility there. Shout out to Kingling, the qualification. I'm just talking about the qualification for becoming an accredited investor. Uh, it varies a little bit from institution to institution, but per the SEC and the legal standards, you have to have a net worth of 1 million or more after your home, have earned for 5 consecutive years $200,000 or more, and I think that's about it, really. Some banks have a little bit more. I know Link2 now says you have to have $3 million of net assets. Um, they don't really count income, so it varies a little bit. But most banks will say 1 million in net worth after your home, not counting your private home, your personal home, or $200,000 in income. I do see a lot of you in here. Uh, See guys arguing about XRP. Just remember, guys, keep it civil. Shout out to K Mary. Thanks for the follow. And there's another guy in here. think it was Boss Max. Shout out to you, buddy, or Boss Harder. Shout out to you, buddy, for the follow. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support there. Um, what I don't really have much else to say because there's not really a lot of updates. We just a lot of craziness going on. Um, Let me just turn Cody's volume down there a little bit.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Um, I don't think there's really a lot more to talk about at XRP because it's got a solid business model. It's got a solid base. They've been gaining partnerships. Ripple's been gaining partnerships. It's just a matter of once XRP starts getting used for what it's supposed to be, then we'll see what the true value of it is. Now, the value could be what it is now, could be a little less, could be more, could be phenomenally more. It all depends on what the masses means. All the hundreds and hundreds of millions of people around the world think of XRP. All the billions of people that are using it think of XRP. Excuse me. However, I won't lie. I'm a little worried about like XRP Quant and their kind of getting in bed with CBDCs. So that's a little worrisome because those can go either way. But I don't like the control aspect. That's just me. I don't like it. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, so I'm used to cash, and I like the fact that you don't have Big Brother watching over your back. So that worries me a little bit. But like I said in all my other lives, I always invest where the smart money is going. Wherever the institutions and the big money's going, that's kind of where I'm going to go. I may be a little step behind them, but I'll either make money with them or I'll lose money with them. So that's just my philosophy. But we really should talk a little bit about Dot because Dot's getting some pretty big ambitions lately.
1 million transactions per second is what Dot's maximum capability can hit. I think H bar does like 20,000 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Around that
I know.
ballpark. H bar is currently Polkadot currently only does like 1,000 transactions per second. It doesn't hit anywhere close to that right now, but they're saying in the next 4 to 5 years, especially they say the more parachains that are out on Polkadot, the faster the network is. So as there's like more parachains and more validators, the network and the transactions per second actually just increases like dramatically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and it's at such a great value for what it is, and like the return on staking is amazing. Like I probably wouldn't even unstake all my Dot during this bull run just because
No,
just leave it alone because I have a feeling in 10 years it's going to be worth way more than it will be in 2 years.
yeah, see, I've been staking Dot for a while, and I have like 1,000 right now. So if it hits all time high for me, like I'll sell it all time high because that's $55,000. Right
Mhm.
now, from now to all time high, that's about a 10 or 11x on Dot, and that's pretty damn good because you're
That's
buying it.
amazing.
You're, back into the 2021 bull run when I worked for you, Sal. I remember when you were gone and I was the salesman. I remember looking at Polkadot's chart one day, and Polkadot at the time was like $50. And I was looking at the past. I was like, if only I bought at $11. And I face palmed myself. I was like, damn, like Polkadot would have been such an amazing buy. Now it's at $4.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's
I know
crazy.
some people would say, I know some people would call it sunken cost fallacy, but I mean, Dot with Gavin Wood and the things that they're actually doing, Dot's going to go back to all time high. Nobody's forgot about it. It's number 13 in market cap. Like,
Hmm.
no, it's not like it's fallen down and it's been forgotten. No, we're almost in. Like, we're still pretty far into the bull run, and it's not. It's still up there.
Absolutely. Let me catch up on some of these questions here in the comments. Really do appreciate your support. Uh, Shout out to Lex Diamond. Thanks for your support there and the comment. What's your top 5 picks for now? Right now, I would say my best are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I'm not more so Ethereum. I think Ethereum has a better return on investment for this bull run, but you got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Quant, I have XRP and Chainlink. Those are my top five, and then followed by is like Dot's like six on my list there. And I do have a few other side bets in there, but those are what I consider my top five. I just keep pumping money into it every month. Um, so I hope that answers your question. A shout out to Innovative Concept Solutions. Thank you for the follow. Just make sure I didn't miss anyone. Uh, Shout out to Innovative Dot in 2021. Bull was crazy. Yeah, it certainly was. Do you see a few others in here? No, I guess we caught up on all the questions. You guys are just chatting in there. As long as you guys keep it civil, I don't mind. Just don't piss off the moderators, because they've been very quiet right now. So just keep it civil, and we can keep going with this. Uh, so I don't really have much else to say. Like it's hard to say what else would be in the top because Quant is definitely in my top five because they got a lot of heavy money involved in it, and it's definitely going to change whether or not it's as successful as I hope it will be, but it doesn't matter because I have a feeling it's going to profit anyway. So I've been in it for about a year. I've been watching it for 2 years. I think Cody's been in it for what, almost 2.5 years now, or coming up.
About to hit 2 years in December.
Yeah. Shout out to the Moon. Casper is a good buy. I agree with you there. I just don't have any in my wallet right now, but I may be adding it because I just dropped Atom, and I said I'm only going to keep 10 cryptos, and I have, I believe, 3 slots available.
I only got 3 cryptos. I just got Ethereum, Polkadot, and Quant. That's literally all I got.
And those are still those
ETH,
three are still
Dot, and
good.
Quant are solid. I think XRP in there. I think I could get 2 more, and it would be if here's my top five. Number one, ETH. Number two, Quant. Number three, Dot. Number four, Link, and number five, XRP. Like that's
Mhm.
how I would do it.
Exactly. And Bamboozle, shout out to you. Thanks for joining the live. XLM. Um, we talked about it earlier. It's going to have a positive growth with. It's going to have a positive growth with the case with XRP. So as long as XRP does well, it will do well. But I don't think it'll do as well as XRP and Ripple because Ripple has had such a bigger head start. Shout out to Lex Diamond, BTC under 30K. Oh man, skip past that. BTC under K, 30K still not a bad deal. No, it's going to be a good deal in the long run, especially if you're looking for you're holding this for like 10 years. That's definitely, it's definitely going to be a lot higher than it is now. ISO 2022 is a rug. The reason crypto exists is to eliminate banks and not improve obsolescence. You are true in that, but a lot of what banks do is it's really just Excel spreadsheet ledgers. It's like that's why it takes so long to go from one bank to the Swift to the next one. If you can expedite that process, you'll make a lot of money. Shout out to Savage Lee. Bitcoin will hit 11K. People don't see it coming with a big wick at, I guess, you're talking about 800. I don't really pay attention to trading. When I feel like it's a good time to dollar cost average in, I just dollar cost average in.
You know,
Yeah.
my opinion right now is it doesn't really make sense to be bullish right now because our macro isn't necessarily looking good. We have so many people who are struggling financially right now. Student loans, debt, and all that. It's like I don't see a reason to really be bullish right now. I would give it time, but I just don't see a reason right now. I think in the next year, if you want to be bullish in a year, be bullish. But right now, no.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I think we still got a good amount of time of accumulation. So, um, that's like I think it's just a good time just to buy and hold, just buy and hold. Like any asset right now is just buy, hold, buy, hold, buy, hold. Real estate's buy, fix it up, rent it out, hold it. I'm looking to hold for a long time on a lot of things. Shout out to Ordinal Revolution. Why don't you have ordinals? If you're referring to trading, I'm not too sure because I don't really trade. So I just invest where I can make. I think there's an undervalue, and when I no longer think there's any more value to be gained, or I'm going to cut losses, I think there's longer potential to recover those losses. Exit out of my position. Shout out to the moon, Casper, almost all time high, almost $5. Yeah, it could. I think this bull run will be the biggest we've had yet. As far as would be the biggest potential gain you can have in crypto, because I think everything is going to get to a point to where we want it to be, and we're going to have probably 10 times the amount of investors that we've had the last 2 years in crypto. I just see it going in that direction because more and more and more and more people are just talking about it randomly. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
usually
my job.
we're going to
At my
invest.
job, people were talking about it recently.
Uh, Shout out to Innovative. XRP has controlled. I guess you're saying it has been controlled during the markets. Yeah, Jeb was kind of mass selling his to plank the price, to suppress the price. It definitely had some manipulation. I think all of the crypto has had manipulation in one way or another. Shout out to Richard's brother. Every TikToker has the same coins. Well, I can't say I can only tell you why I invest in them, which is exactly why they're. I feel like they're sound projects. I understand what they're doing, and I feel like they're the best chances to make money. But I do see that they're trying to after the FTX debacle last year. Everyone's trying to play the safe game. I just been saying these coins for the last 2 years. That's what I've been holding. That's what I've been having. I've been adding others. Um, I don't think many of them have Link, AdShare, Litecoin, or anything else. But I got 3 other slots. I'll definitely be adding into there. I definitely don't think a guy named Krypton Mason. So shout out to him. He definitely doesn't have many of the same coins as most people out there. But you'll be surprised at how most people talking about crypto don't have any or a lot invested in crypto. They're just there for the news and the entertainment value of it. How much Chainlink was during the last bull run? Shout out to Brother D. I think Chainlink, you can pull that up.
Like 50 something.
I think it was like 55 or maybe 52. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, just about 50. It was at 52.88. Yep, right in there. It was right in the middle, both what we were thinking. So yeah, there's a lot of room for growth there. Uh, Shout out to Bulldog. Casper had its moment. It's downhill from there. I don't know. They seem to have a lot of good things that their project they're working on. Shout out to Chuck T. Thanks for the follow. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're all caught up on there. Yeah, we're all caught up on your comments. So, hey, thank you guys for your support. Just do bear with us. It is a little time consuming to get through all those, especially with me being so tired right now. But other than that, we're going to have a good bull run in 2 years. I think in 2 years. I think if it's 2023, we're looking at 2024. I think probably, I'm going to say probably like around June, July of 2025. We're going to have like a real bull run somewhere around there. Shout out to King. Are you still buying Link? I am. I'm just not prioritizing Link right now. I'm really trying to prioritize Quant because I'm waiting for Quant to dip down to $50 is what I'm waiting for. It may or may not happen. Don't know. Nothing's guaranteed. I may just give up and just dollar cost average in as I see it dropping or increasing. So, but I'm hoping for like another $50-$55 range so I can sop up a lot of Quant because it's going to be very hard in the future to get Quant, just period. So I hope that answers your question there, King. Um, Shout out to Lex. What's the ideal amount of quant to hold? Um, I would say my target was 100, but now I'm trying to get to 1,000. But I'd say if you can manage to get up to about 100 quant, it's probably any gain it has during the bull run will most likely give you a good return. So whether it goes from 100 to 200, you doubled your money. If it goes to like 1,000, where I'm predicting you're going to make a lot, but it could go to only 250. You still make a lot of money. So as I said, take the wins where you can. Shout out to L Ginty. Welcome in. Glad to have you in. $50 quant. I wish. Yeah, I wish I bought more in the last dip. Was about a year and a half ago now. A year and a half ago, it dipped down to $44, I think it was. And I definitely wish I had more capital at the time to buy more into it. But that's just how investing goes. So c'est la vie. Just gotta invest at the right time for when it's right. When I have the money is the right time for it. Dude, that's 86K, 100 quant. That's like 8,600, I think, right? It's $88 times 100. Yeah, 8,800. But 1,000. If it hits 1,000, and if you bought it at right now, and you bought 100, you'll be about a million, right? I'm kind of bad at math right now. Yeah, 100,000. So, I mean, 10,000 for 100,000 is gravy, no matter how you slice it. I mean, you don't get those type of things. And on the stock market side, shout out to JT Packers. What's your take on meme coins? They're just lottery tickets. I know Cody has this craziness. So, but it's what you could say. It's just a lottery ticket. It's kind of like getting the Powerball. Don't put like $20,000 into a meme coin, but you want to buy like $500 worth of Powerball tickets, that'd be a good thing. Because I think, despite no matter what happens, that damn Pepe coin is going to go up, the Doge coin is going to go up, and the Shiba coin is going to go up, just because that when I'm waiting in line at the grocery store, that's what I hear people talking about. When I'm walking around, I hear it in the background, people talking about it. Every time I hire someone to my moving company, it's here. It is what it is. Shout out to JD. This boy is clueless. This homeboy is clueless. Man, well, that's your opinion. I'm turning 40 and investing. I have a moving company that does 8 figures in revenue, and I have other businesses that do quite well. So, but I just make the best educated guess that you can, because really at the end of the day, investing is just trying to predict human nature and human decision, and that's going to affect the price in any direction. So you're really just making your best educated guess at that point. I think Cody will be back on in a little bit here. There's really not much more I want to talk about in crypto, but I'll be happy to answer some of your guys' questions. But really do appreciate you guys joining in. As far as the economy is going, it's looking like we're going to be in a rough spot, probably for another, I'd say, 3 years. The economy's going to be rough for 3 years. Shout out to Audrey. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate you joining in. Shout out to Renee. Do you have a dog? Well, I have a German Shepherd and an Aussie Shepherd. So that's just kind of, I'm not a big fan of anything else. I like Shepherd dogs because they're easy to train, and they always have great personalities. Shout out to JT Packers. You think we'll have a pullback before the halving? Absolutely. I think we'll have a pullback before the holidays, kind of like what we did in 2021, like right around Thanksgiving, beginning December, it's going to start dipping down. Shout out to user 2141. How will you take profits from crypto? You just skim off the top, and that's any investment, stocks, real estate. I took some profits in real estate. Like, I sold properties I bought 2 years ago that I was renting out, sold them with keeping the tenant lease in there. Great maintained sites. Just when the value's there and you no longer want it, then you can cash it out. So like if I if quant goes to 500, I'll take profits, but I'll skim it down to where it was at a certain point. So let's just say, to make math easy, if it's at 10,000, increases to 15,000, then I'll skim it back to 10,000. If it goes from 10,000 to 5,000, then I'll invest 5,000 and put it back up. That's how I normally do things. So when I skim profits, I just skim it down to my original investment, and then when it drops, we just add back up to the original investment. Shout out to Jonathan. Do you got any XTP or XRP? I'm not familiar with XTP, but XRP, yes. XRP is about 33% of my crypto holdings. Shout out to user 2141. You're welcome. I hope that answered for you. It's the same thing. Taking profits means you're just selling it. That's it. And I would recommend take profits when you feel comfortable. Have you ever used a DSCR loan? Since I'm not familiar with it, no. Usually, what I do with a lot of my properties when I first started is I get a loan. I don't get a loan. I was just buying cash from my business, buying the opportunities as it came. And then once I got to about $1 million portfolio, which took a year and a half off of 60,000 properties, because it took a while, because you get a $40,000 property, put 10,000 into it, rebuild the kitchen and bathrooms, most common thing, or roof, and then you just re-rent it out there for about $800-900 a month for a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, and that has worked out really well. Then I took a loan on that, which was really an equity loan, just a standard equity loan for a business to utilize for future capital, and then you just keep redoing it. Look into shout out to Jonathan. Look into XTP. It's really low right now, just like everything else. Has a lot of upside potential. Yeah, we'll have to take a look into it. I know I'm coming towards the end of our stream. I think Cody had to dip real quick. Shout out to 710. Where do you buy houses? Which state? Well, I buy them in 4 states: Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. Although for me personally, I'm looking to buying a house in Dallas and a house in Arkansas at some point. Knowledge, shout out to Knowledge. Do you see real estate coming down? Absolutely. We're not going to see it right away, though. It's going to take about 6 months for the stagnation to happen, and then it's going to take another 2 years for all that stagnation to cycle through. So we're going to see a nice, healthy 3 to 4 year downturn in real estate, and then it's just going to go back. It's going to level out and then slowly start climbing up again with real estate. But it'll be a good time for foreclosures. So if there are good foreclosures at a good price that you can do, you can get the cash together quickly to buy, you might be able to work it. Just remember, you might not be able to get a traditional loan. You might have to get a hard money loan, get the property, and then in 30 days, try to get that mortgage. Well, Knowledge, if you're trying to catch a deal, the best I could say is don't look for the Instagram worthy houses. Look for starter homes, because that's what there's plenty of starter homes. They stay on the market forever because nobody wants it. No one young wants them because they deem them ugly, but they're the best deals that you can get if you want to rent them out, or if you just want to live, pay it off quickly, and then rent it out as you move out. Shout out to Neil. Why? I'm not sure why coin/tokens needed. Blockchain tech works fine without it. I'm sure it's. I think it was originally used as a token, as a recognition of ownership. Okay, why are tokens? Okay, I kind of figured you were going with that, Neil, but I just wanted to make sure. Blockchain technology works fabulously for recording things. I think once people realize how good blockchain technology is, the healthcare industry is going to propel forward, because a lot of you guys don't know, when they're trying to gather your medical files, they're really just like calling everywhere you've been so they can get all the information. That's why they have you list what offices, what doctor, their number, and everything on there. So, but the blockchain, you can now just say, hey, this is my NFT on the blockchain, scan it or share it to them, and they can open it up and say, oh, there's all your medical history. I think that's where that's going to go. That's where it has the best use. But I think the tokens kind of now, like XRP, XLM, HBAR, you transfer it into the token to transfer on the blockchain and then transfer it out of the token to whatever you're going to do it, kind of like a swap. So that's what they're mostly used for, and recognition of ownership of network for staking purposes. Shout out to Knowledge. What are your thoughts on assisted living business? It's going to get complicated, high costs, as they're going to require now, instead of the normal certified providers, you're going to have to be a registered nurse to be a practitioner in assisted living. So that's going to raise the costs a lot. And the way families are going, I'd say for the next 25 years, it's going to be good. After that, because I think, was it Gen Alpha is the next one? They're going to revert back to the nuclear family model. I have a feeling they're going to revert back to it, or at least like the 80s version where it's like, okay, we both work, save, don't spend, don't do this, because they're watching everyone else spend and go bankrupt. Now they're probably like, nope, nope, hide that money in that mattress. That's probably what they're going to do. Shout out to Jonathan. You have H bar. I do not, but I am thinking about adding some in. Glad that you are buying some because it is a good project. And I do suggest that anyone look into it. But I can transact without coins and tokens on the blockchain. That's true too. You can do that. I'm not too familiar with blockchain. I'm only been in crypto for 2 years. There's a lot of research I still have to do. But as far as I know, what I really like about crypto is the speed and the fact that it changes the way that you can do actual how banking will be done. So as we're growing, and if we're growing into like start exploring our solar system and growing out there, you're going to need crypto because crypto transacts faster than the Swift network. I, it would take like weeks to settle something if you're like out by Jupiter in a mining colony and you're trying to transfer money back to Earth. It would take weeks to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what we're moving into. Sounds sci-fi, but that's kind of what we're moving into. Shout out to JP. What's your opinion on AMP? We had one a while ago. I like it, but not enough for it to be in my portfolio. It's just seems like it's just kind of there right now. But I got to do research on it because honestly, I haven't paid attention to any news about it, anything since a year ago. So I got to look into it and get back to you with an answer on that one. So really appreciate that one for that one there. So I'll get back to you on that one. Shout out to Knowledge. Shout out to Knowledge. As you see, phone calls still coming in, although they're just alert calls. So I do apologize for that. And I know it's kind of bad radio, but I am in my moving office. I don't know if you can see here, but I am in my moving office. Um, Shout out to Knowledge. Isn't H bar too watered down now? It is. That's probably what's holding the price because I think it should have had some price action back in July, but it didn't have as much. But I did remember I had it in my wallet. I was buying it at like 3-4 cents. It shot up to 9, and I sold at 7. So that's what I did with it at the moment. I just saw it as an opportunity to capture some profits. Will VET do well this next bull run? It should, because I think everything's just going to do well because we're going to have a mass influx of businesses and everything coming in. So and retail investors, we're going to have 10 times the amount of retail investors coming in. So I think it's a good thoughts on it. I think it's good for it. But I don't think it's going to do as well as people think for this bull run. But it will do well. Shout out to Baby Bear. Are you in the USA? Yes, we are. Yes, I am. Shout out to Bamboozle. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Shout out to Knowledge. What are your thoughts on Swift going with Chainlink and not XRP? Hey, I think it's good for good competition. I know Chainlink aims to be a strong competitor for XRP and interoperability. So it's definitely good to have more competition because the competition leads to innovation. And it also makes the kind of the survival of the fittest. That's just how the business world works. You either wreck or get wrecked. It's yeet or be yeeted in business. That's just how it is. It's player versus player. It sucks, but it's ruthless. All my success is several other people's failure. So, and my failure only means someone else's success. So that's why we got to work hard. So, and I think Chainlink stepping into the arena will definitely make XRP work hard to be great in its position. Other than that, guys, I I know that now, like online, I want to say that you see shout out to knowledge. Are you still on the fence with XRP? No, I'm just investing in both. More so XRP than Chainlink, but I'm investing in both. So I'll either have both go up, make money, one go up, make money. Like that's just how I have it. I'm seeing it as as like how I invested when I worked on Wall Street. You invest in both competitors, both sides, and if they both go up, great. If not, then you one will go up and you'll guarantee to make your money. Mm. Um, what I was saying, I know that there's a lot of people talking on like a lot of videos about like the 9 to 5, got to escape the 9 to 5. Let me tell you something. 9 to 5 is probably your best way to survive right now because you're not taking on any risk and you're getting a guaranteed income. Now the business could go out of business, but they still have to pay you. So even if they have no money, they have to find a way to give you most of the money because unless they're behind on taxes, you're first come on there. So having a 9 to 5 during unsettling economic times is going to give you the most amount of income so you can not only survive but also invest in other opportunities that come down the pike. And the next 5 years, you probably want to be steadily putting away that cash into stocks, crypto, whatever you can. Just make sure you do your research because there's going to be a ton of, if you thought scams were bad during the bull run, scams are just going to be bad, period, during the downtime. Like the big ones will get washed out because the tide will go out and we get to see what they actually are. But as people get desperate, more scams are going to pop up. So like we already got the Tulsa real estate fund coming to light. I mean, it already came to light 2 years ago, but it's coming to light even more now. But there's a lot of real estate funds because as people are scamming with crypto, they're scamming with stocks. Those are done. Now they're trying to do the real estate hustle and the 9 to 5 hustle, and all it is hustling out of your money. I tell you the best bet to survive this hard economic times that's facing us all is work hard, focus on doing well at your 9 to 5 at your job, build your relationships because you never know where your boss that you work for is going. You never know where your coworkers are going. You don't know that 10 years down the road you could be going to a startup and that startup was run by your former coworker. Is founded by your former coworker. So you never know. That's why I say don't write off anybody. Build every relationship that you can and build your network as big as you can. And if you're in your 20s, is definitely a time invest, build your network, and grow it out. Shout out to PlanNet. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Glad to have you in here on this live. Shout out to Knowledge. Your thoughts on decentralized social stock? Are you talking about like the social networks and the Web3 programs? Because the way it's been pitched to me is that you can now monetize your own web experience, which is a benefit. But eventually, what they call Web 2.0 with all the big companies, they're eventually going to get the monopoly axe and they're going to get broken apart at some point. And you may not see it right now, but when the masses really start getting hurting, which could be in the next year or 2 or 3 years, the axe is going to come down. I'm telling you, I'm feeling like everything's going to change. It's like we just can't see it yet because we're kind of like the frog in the boiling pot of water. We just can't see what's going on. But I have a feeling that those changes are coming. However, it is pretty unique to have your own search history, your online information, and you get the profit from it. That is actually pretty cool. I do like the fact that it will also help artists, musicians, people who are contributing to the entertainment network and get the big parts of rewards for their efforts rather than someone else. Shout out to Bamboozle. Favorite meme coin? I don't really have a favorite meme coin, but if I said one who had probably the biggest shot of becoming mainstream news, is probably Pepe coin. In one way or another, negative or positive, it's going to make it. It's just one of those things because so many people know of it. Even I know of it. I don't even pay attention to that crap. And it's just gonna be one of those things that it's gonna last. No, we're getting a little late. Now it's Pepe is coming back. It probably is just a loan from the meme coin. But with that said, I do appreciate all you guys coming in on live. I have to answer a few more calls before I head out of the office, go home and get some rest because it's going to be a long day tomorrow. But really appreciate you guys on the live. Really appreciate everything. If you want to support us more, you can go to YouTube under Simply Investing 6638 and like and subscribe there and watch all our videos there too. We post more videos are going to become. We used to post a lot on there, but we're going to post more on there. So really appreciate that. And don't forget the live on Sunday with what's in your portfolio. I can answer any questions you have about business, real estate, stocks, crypto, or anything that you think is a potential scam. We can look at it and look into it together. But with that, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Really appreciate all your support. And as always, don't invest in anything you don't understand. If you don't understand it, don't invest in it. Only invest in things you understand. Don't invest more money than you're willing to lose. And always do your due diligence. Make sure you know everything about the company or project that you are investing in. With that said, guys, I'll check you guys later. It's been fun. Thanks for it. Like and subscribe.